Hey everybody, welcome to Country Girl. Today I'm going to be putting together a couple of gift baskets and then also a little Christmas gift for my work. I know my table looks like a mess right now, but I've got everything laid out that I want to put in this basket. This first basket that I'm doing is for a coworker, and I have hauled all of this stuff in previous Dollar Tree videos. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but I am going to show you how I put this basket together. Now I did get this little purple basket. I think purple is one of her favorite colors, but I also wanted to get a basket that I felt like that she could reuse in her own home or work or whatever, or in her car. And so I thought this was a cute little basket because it's got the lid to it and everything. And one of the things you want to keep in mind when you're putting your basket together, you do not want to get a container that's overly large. I mean, you want to get it, it's better to actually pack it in a little bit tight than to have things too loose. So I did buy two different baskets because I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, and this ended up being the one that worked. So I'm going to go ahead and get started putting this stuff in here. And what you want to do is you want to put your taller items in the back first. So what I'm going to do, and I'm probably going to have to rearrange this as I go because sometimes you're just not quite sure how things fit, but I'm going to put this little notepad back here. I got her one of these little pineapple bags, and so I am going to fill this up with as much as I can. I'm going to put her face wipes in there. Let me see, before I do that, I got a little headband that I had picked up, and I think I'm going to put that one in first. Okay. Yeah, sometimes you have to work with these baskets. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do, I got her some coconut and vanilla foot scrub. I'm going to put this down in here. Some Dove Intensive Cream. I'm just going to stick it in the front. I got this little mermaid bath bomb, and I'm going to put it in the top here, kind of towards the back of this. And like I said, I'm going to rearrange this stuff a little bit more as we go. This Yes To mask. Let's see if I can get that out in there. All right. And I don't think I'm going to need any risers in this basket because I'm going to use a couple of the items that I've already got as risers. And then this picture frame here. Put here. And that's just a wine cork. And then I have her fingernail polish that I got to her in this cute little bag. So I'm going to tuck that right there. And then these here, I'm just going to, let's see, put those on the side there. I think that turns out okay. And then I also picked her up some of this Icebreakers gum. I'm just going to slide that down in there. So basically, that is the basket put together. Wasn't too awful difficult, but you can see that I did choose a basket that, you know, was not quite so loaded. Now I have this lid, and I forgot to do this. You can put it on the bottom of the basket if you want to, but when I was doing this originally, I had stuck it in the back to offer a little bit more support. And so that worked out good. So I am going to do that. Now, I think I am going to do the gift bag wrap around this with the hair dryer. So I'm going to see what that's going to turn out like, and we'll see what happens. One of the things that I forgot to do is to put my little paper filler in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But what I did was I went ahead and put this in the basket, and I've got the base of it sitting on the seam on the bottom, and you do want to make sure you get it positioned in the middle of the bottom of the bag and also in the center so that the ends are the same size. So I'm just going to stuff some more of this little, or some of this little paper down in here to give it a more festive look. You don't want it to completely cover up, you know, what's inside your basket, but you do want it to peek out. So and I'm going to go ahead and trim off this extra part at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, there's quite a bit up there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And I'm going to shrink wrap this. If anything, like there's these sides kind of bow out. If that does stick out, I might can just tape that down or something. So we'll see how it goes. But I am going to put this on hot. I think I've got too much air in this because something's happening. Like it's not wanting to shrink all the way down. So I'm going to cut this off. Okay, so this is what this ends up looking like. It took me a while. I kind of had to play around with it a little bit because it was wanting to like do right up through here. You don't want to have too much air in your bag, and you do want to make sure that you have it tied off really good. But you might not want to tie it until after you get things pretty much almost done. I tied it and I had to untie it 2 different times, and I just ended up holding it with my hand, you know, while I went over the last little bit, and then after it kind of hardened, then I went back and tied it because it wasn't looking right up through here. I mean, this looks okay. I can't say that I'm a really big fan of this. The shrink part done really well. I mean, you know, I had a lot sticking out on the sides, and it completely shrunk that to the side of this basket. So as far as the shrinking part, it does a really good job. So what I'm going to do, I figured this part up here really wasn't going to matter that much because I'm going to decorate that with a bow and some bells and some other things. So I think that, you know, overall it turned out cute. So I'm going to go ahead and fix the top of this, and I'm just going to, you know, touch this up a little bit from where it's kind of uneven. So now I just got to figure out what kind of bow and bells, you know, get my bells tied on. I'll probably do that first, and then I'll put my bow on it. Her bells, I just did them like in a straight line just so they can hang down. So I'm just going to tie it around here and just let them hang. I did use silver for this just because I just felt like it would go more with the basket. Okay, so I'm going to put a bow on here, and I apologize. I had to leave to go to work and come back. So now it's darker outside and therefore darker in here. And now you're getting the glare from my lights that I've got in here. But I'm going to put a bow on here. I was going to make my own bow using the wire rimmed wide bows from the Dollar Tree, but I didn't have any ribbon that would match this, and so I'm going to use these instead. I hope they work out okay, but I picked up this pack of, you know, bows from the Dollar Tree. I thought it would be pretty on here, so I'm just going to stick it right here, and then this gift will pretty much be done. This has got like a little adhesive thing on the back of it. I may have to add some more tape to it though. I'm not sure. So I am just going to stick that right here. And that gift is done. So the next gift basket that I'm going to do is going to be for my husband's granddaughter. And I'm using this is the other tub or container that I bought when I wasn't sure if the other one was going to work. And so instead of taking this back and exchanging it, I'm just going to put it to use. And I went out last night and I purchased several different things to put in here, and I had not done a haul on these, so I will show you these as I'm doing them. But I kind of put everything in here. This is not how it's going to stay. I am going to take this stuff out and reposition it, but I'm going to have to use something to elevate it some, because this container is bigger than the items that are in it. But this is a good shape container if you're going to do gift baskets and things like that. So anyway, I picked this sponge up. This actually came in a 2-pack at Marshall's. It had a gray one in it as well, and both of them together were $3. And these are very, very thick and full. So I did pick that up for her. When I was at Target yesterday, they have their EOS Holiday Edition out, and this one is organic. It's First Snow, Fireside Chai, and Pomegranate Raspberry. So I thought that was really neat. I had first thought about opening this up and then just dividing these EOS things amongst different people. But when you do that, this thing is sealed. So then when you do that, it just looks like you took these out of the package. And even though people would trust me and know that we didn't use them, I just didn't want to do that for that. Because if it had a seal around each individual one, it would be different. I also picked her up some of these. I just think this is a really good idea, especially for younger people or people who are really into makeup and stuff. Because, like I said in another video, I use these to clean my makeup brushes with, and they work really great. I picked her up some of this Garnier Micellar cleansing water. My girls and me use this all the time. Of course, we have the bigger one, and I just thought having a little one like this, like a little trial size to put into her basket, would be cute. This does take off waterproof mascara. So I got that, and I just randomly pick things that I think would be useful or that she would like. Sometimes I do theme type baskets, but not always. I picked up another one of these little pencil tins. I had gotten one for me, but I got this because I did get her some markers, and I'm going to show that to you in a minute, and I thought she could use it to put that in. And then while I was there, I had seen other people haul this stationery set, but I had not seen it yet in our Dollar Trees. And I just felt like this would be something she would really like. But this is a new stationery set they have, and it's got the deer on there with the pretty flowers and stuff. That's the pen and the paper, notepad paper, and then this is some 8 note cards with the envelopes that go with them. And then this is, of course, the magnetic notepad. Okay, now what I was telling you about what I had bought markers. She really likes to do art type stuff. And so I saw these are glass paint brush markers. And at first I wasn't going to get them because I thought, well, you can do this with Sharpies and get the same results. But then I realized that this actually has the brush tip, whereas, your Sharpies is just like a regular pen. So I thought, well, this might actually work a little bit better. So I got every color they had. I got black, white, green, I guess that's red. It almost looks like a raspberry color to me. And then purple and blue. And so I thought she could use that in some little crafts that she might want to do. But it does paint on glass. It says glass, ceramic, or porcelain. So I picked those up, and I thought when she opened those up, she might could use them to put into this little tin here. So I am going to put this together. What I had done with one of the other gifts that I had to elevate it is I used these little carton things. And when I went to Bath & Body Works to get the candles, they gave me a whole 6 carton thing, even though I only bought 3 candles. So I just kind of tore them apart, and I'm going to put these down in the bottom of this. And it looks like I'm only going to be able to get one unless I cut off all these edges. I don't know how I'm going to do this. This may not work out like I thought it would. Oh, I had something else in here. I also got her some of this cute little hand cream. This is the watermelon, and it's the mermaid. I just think out of all the ones they had, that one was the cutest. All right, so let me see how I'm going to figure this out, and then I may have to end up using something else to put in it. I'm going to use more paper just to kind of elevate the other items around. There we go. Now they're standing up. a lot better. And I'm going to kind of curve those around on that side so that I can put the stationery items over here. So that is this basket here, and I am not going to shrink wrap this. All right, so that's hers. I figured I just put bells on both sides, why not? So the last gift that I'm going to put together is going to be the gifts for my work. And I had showed y'all what I was going to put in here. This is just the foot paper mask, and then these are the little stencils for the nail polish. Then I was going to add a foot file, and I did put the nail polish in these little bags. All I'm doing is just putting these together like this, and then I'm going to put this on top. Okay, I envision these things working out so much better than they actually are. Anyway, we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to just use this in the place of the glue dots because, like I said, I do not have any. Hopefully it'll hold pretty good. Put that on top of that, and then I just want to turn this around kind of like this, so I just need to find out where the pressure point is so I know where to do that. You got glue dots, I would suggest definitely using them. All right, so that's that. So anyway, this is what this turned out to look like. Like I said, it really wasn't how I envisioned it, that I wanted it to look, but it's the best that I could do putting this together based on what I had. So I basically just took the strings from this little sachet thing and I put it around the back, and then I tied it together with a piece of ribbon, and then I attached the bells to the little name tag string and then tied that around as well. And this glue does hold pretty good. So but glue dots, whatever you have, and then just glue that together. I don't really care for the sides of this to be turned up because I want it to lay flat, but in order to make it tight enough, I had to do that. I'm just going to take this like it is along with a card, and I'm just going to lay the card underneath it, and then I'm going to lay it on their desk, and then that way that's what their little treat will be when they find it when they come in to work that morning.